Can something like the string wiggle exercise, which I've talked about so much here on the channel, can something so basic, so fundamental, something so quote-unquote easy, can something like that help a really advanced piece like, say, the Allegro Appassionato? I think the answer is a resounding yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Hi, my name is Clay from thecello.online, and today I want to talk about just why it's so important to get the bow into the string. Well, why it's so important always, forever. And a little backstory, a little behind the scenes here, just to reiterate this point, is that at the time of this recording, this video has actually been on my mind for a couple of weeks. All right, I had a student I was talking to about this, and just getting into the string here in this piece. And that was a couple of weeks ago, and I've been thinking about what I wanted to say to you all and what I wanted to put in the video here. And then just yesterday, over the weekend, and just yesterday I got back from the American String Teacher Association conference, the ASTA conference. So many of the master classes that I went to was just getting your bow into the string more, okay, in a more deliberate way, in a more intentional way. Just connecting the bow to the string, because when we're students, we're not always aware of how the motion, all right, the kind of music that we are making in our bodies, how that is actually translating into the sound that is coming out of the instrument. And a lot of times we're musical people, okay, we've made it to a very high level, we're playing something like Allegro Appassionato, it's an advanced piece, but we're not quite sure how to get the bow into the string, or we're not aware of what our own physical motion is doing to the sound. And I heard that during several concertos. I won't say which ones, I won't give anybody away here, and heard it just many times over about just leave the bow on the string, or get the bow hair more connected to the string. Just make sure you finish your thoughts. Make sure that that what you are doing here, what you're communicating here through this right hand, okay, that it is actually the thing that you're trying to put out into the audience, okay? For example, and I'm going to use this Allegro Appassionato here again, is that a student might come up, now not this piece specifically, didn't hear this piece over the weekend, but for example, you might hear something like this. Okay, where the bow is not quite into the string. You know, and this could be, say, from a student that actually has learned to loosen up this wrist. Okay, these are all very advanced players. You know, so they're doing this over here. They've got this motion down, all right, but the bow is still kind of lifting off the string, not necessarily that it's bouncing, okay? And what was interesting is that, as you know, and these teachers, these coaches, were not afraid, you know, to mention, hey, you know, the bow is coming off the string too much. It almost seems like such a basic thing, but actually, and this is what I want to tell you here, is that it's not a basic thing. Don't ever take it for granted. And if you're still working on it, great, fine. I saw some of the most high-level players in the country here listening to teachers and listening to professors talk to them about this need to get the bow into the string, all right? And of course, my favorite way to do that, if you're really taking the motion, okay, down to its most elemental level, it's this, right? The bow hair is into the string, and the string is wiggling, right? You can see the string wiggle back and forth. And why is it so important? Why do I tell you guys to practice this so much? It's because this is the moment right before you make sound. Okay, you know, we talk about breaking things down, breaking down a piece of music into a few notes or a few measures, you know, breaking down something into its most basic and elemental concept. Well, when it comes to the bow hair making contact with the string, this is the most elemental concept. It's the bow hair grabbing the string, okay, and me learning in very slow motion what it's like to really grab the string every single time. So that when I play something like the Sasa here, And as I was warming up here to play this for you guys, I realized that even as I'm, getting the bow here into the string more, I also need to finish my thought, okay, with the bow to help coordinate and get the notes out, all right? And in some cases, even though there's marks with all these staccatos in there, in a couple of cases, I needed to use just a tiny bit more bow so that I could get the notes out. I needed to leave the bow into the note, right? So very, very important. So anyway, so that's what that's my one of my big takeaways here from the conference and just over the last couple of weeks. And I'm sure I will talk about it some more. It keeps on coming up. What you can take away with me here from what I just saw is that, that's okay. All right. It's okay that it keeps coming up. It should come up, and it comes up a lot, even when we're playing at a very, very high level. All right. That this side over here, this guy over here, this bow, is what is communicating all the music. It's what's making all the sound. It's making all the articulations. And we have to be really, really precise and really, really aware, okay, of when we are not quite getting that hair, okay, into the string. Now, my number one way for figuring this out or noticing when I'm doing this kind of badly is through mental practice. I'm a big proponent of mental practice, but there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. If you want to know the right way to do it, watch this video right here.